Well, back at Landmark Lanes, there's the handshake. Pete Weber choosing to finish on that left lane.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, as you mentioned, Mike, the player higher in the standings gets his choice of starting lanes. So Pete has decided he'll start on the right and finish on the left. It's kind of interesting sometimes to wonder if it's a strategy move or if it's just because the lane condition is different on one lane or the other, or he just feels comfortable finishing first in the match.
Doug Kent looks like he feels pretty comfortable right now overall.
Well, Doug Kent told me earlier when I talked to him that he felt that he just needs a break. If he can get one break to get him through and get that first win, he can win several times. You know, he's proven he's a winner. He won the American Bowling Congress Masters Championships a few years ago, so he knows he can win. He just hasn't ever won on the tour.
Pete Weber.
Well, Pete Weber, here's a look at the style of Pete Weber. One of the great arm swings on the tour. Real loose swing, gets it up a little bit out of position at the top, but he always tends to square it back up. See the shoulders open up? Watch him square them at the bottom. You can see how strong you have to be to keep that ball in play at this point. He gets it well out in front.
Well,
you know, we watched him in practice. He couldn't get a strike.
Hasn't been here for over a year. Bang, bang. Starts with a double.
Well, he's a champion and he's a competitor.
His dad's probably threatened him if he doesn't win or something.
Mr. Weber is here, and he's watching very closely. The great one, Dick Weber. There's a spread for you. His low game of the week, 141. And, of course, the 300.
159-pin spread, huh? Hurry. Nope. Leaves just the 2-pin. Well, in a game like this, you know, where you don't expect your opponent to be bowling 240 or 250, you got to be really patient, make your spares, and just hang in there, trying to stay close, kind of like Pittsburgh hopes to do with Dallas on Sunday.
There you go. There you go. Well, this, as I mentioned, I feel the lane condition is such that the matches will be competitive, but I don't expect any big numbers. And of course, Pete Weber could prove you wrong. You never know what he's going to do. He could go out and bowl 300 on this pair when nobody else can hardly make 200. So. He's very capable. He has changed his game dramatically as you get a look at Pete Weber. And he doesn't really like to watch his opponent. He'll look around, look at the floor, think about something else. And the reason that is he doesn't want to see him get a lucky break or something like that. He just listens to the crowd.
Doesn't want to put that negative thought in his mind.
Exactly.
Huh? Yeah. I never could discipline myself to do that. I think he watched that one.
I think he did too, and I don't think he liked it very much.
I'll tell you, you're looking away, and then all of a sudden you look up.
Here's why he didn't like it, Mike. Here's another look at it. Watch what all the damage comes from the head pin. The pin right in the front goes to the wall, comes back, and again kicks out that 4, 7, 8.
It just got about 4 of them there.
That's all, yeah. Look at the concentration. The look in the eye of Pete Weber.
Boy, just a hair softer. It was right on the same line.
He wanted it. That's where he wanted it. And, you know, Pete told me he's made a major change as we get a look at his father sitting there, Mr. Dick Weber. He's played a lot of games of this sport, I'll tell you what, and done it very well. But Pete said the major changes he's been making, he's had his brother Richard, his older brother Richard, watching him. He's been practicing a lot. And he's tried to change the rotation of the ball from having so much side rotation where he gets the big sharp break on the back end. He wants to get a more gradual end over end curve on the ball, end over end roll, so that curve and go down the lane in a gradual arc. So he feels he can control it and keep it in the pocket more and not get those 4 6s. And that's what he felt cost him so dearly last year. And there's that side rotation. Once in a while he'll revert to that and he gets the big hook again.
Well, if this is his effort to throw it straight, I'll tell you what.
He gets more hooked by accident than you and I do on purpose.
He ain't doing it right. Doug Kent. Suddenly now is 5 pins ahead, working on a strike, trying to make it 15.
Now, this is the kind of condition Doug can excel on because he is so strong. He can overpower. Other players can't.
Now, that's that even hook that you were talking about that Pete wants and Doug Kent's getting.
That's right. He's not getting the big sharp break in the back end. Sometimes the equipment that's available, the new bowling balls, can be a detriment to a great player. Someone that has an extremely good release like a Pete Weber, you know, it can hurt them because the ball actually overreacts for them. Where it might help other players, it hurts the really good player. Marshall Holman's another example.
He's using a different ball in the left lane than the right lane.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I just watched the ball. That's one on the right there is the ball that came out of the chute. and he picked up this other one.
Oh, the left lane's hooking a lot more. Maybe he's using his spare ball over there. Who knows? Run down there and ask him, will you, Mike?
Yeah, Doug.
And again, the 2-8. This is his third time. He's 2 for 2 so far. We got that in our stat sheet anywhere? How many times the 2-8 been picked up?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never seen it left this many times this quickly on television.
Well, he's made it twice already. Made it in the 2nd frame and what, the 9th frame?
You know, all he has to do is just use his strike line and just let the ball continue to hook. Be careful. That's a chance.
We had to open our big mouths, didn't we?
Yeah. I'm going to blame that one on you, and I'm going to go tell Doug.
Well, that makes it a much closer match. We're down to a 1-pin match, and there's some more spares here. Oh, it's the same thing. 2-pin spares. Okay.
Well, the opportunity back and forth here. This match only 1 pin apart.
He's got to get the speed higher. He's going to
Well,
go
what
high
has
every
to
time.
happen, and what happened during the match play, is that the oil would carry down, and as the oil carried down, the players would get a little hold right in front of the pocket. Then they could throw that high flush shot, where now it's hooking through the nose. During the match play, that ball would set up and stay in the pocket, and that's why they're shaking their head. Crossed over on this one last time on the left lane, lane 37.
He's just got no chance. Not throwing the ball that slow.
No, he's not throwing it slow. Pete can develop a lot of ball speed when he needs it, and he's got plenty of it on there. He just can't keep the ball right of the head pin. It's just not getting far enough down the lane before it wants to break to the left. It starts right there, and it just breaks so sharply.
Well, the double pinnacle, he gets 2 of them, but he doesn't get the other 2. Open in the 6th frame. Now trails by 17 pins. Doug Kent in the driver's seat. We'll be back to see the rest of it after this. What does it do to Doug emotionally here now? He's just opened, but he's watched his opponent open right back to him.
He's got to be very confident right now. I know I would feel very confident because I'm hitting the pocket. If I'm Doug Kent, I'm the only guy getting the ball in the pocket. Now he hits the nose right after I said that. But he's been the only player that's been consistently in the pocket area. Everybody else has had the ball going continually high.
It's trouble. These spares that weren't too easy out.
Well, on a hooking lane, this is not that hard a spare. It's a tough spare on almost any condition, but when they're hooking, at least you know you can get enough on it to get the back end, get the 9-pin with the ball. What you have to do, fit the ball between the 3 and the 6, and let the ball do the work on the 9.